Well, final instructions in the boxing ring all of a sudden looks like a very small place when someone the size of David Price steps into it. He is absolutely enormous, 6'8" of him. And he is a very intimidating presence. He's trimmed a bit of weight off. He had 3 fights touching 20 stone. He felt he needed the extra weight. He was training with Dave Coldwell at that stage. It didn't really work out. Of course, the defeat to Hammer coming in his first real test since he was knocked out by Erkan Tepe, but Tepe subsequently failed a drugs test. And now there's been a theme of Price's career. It's sometimes one that people aren't really willing, or they don't seem willing to acknowledge. They look upon it as being some kind of convenient excuse, but it's just a fact that 2 of the 3 fighters who've beaten him have subsequently proved to have been on illegal substances. Bruce Price looking to get on that jab. It's that jab right hand that was so destructive for him earlier in his career. He knows that he's a distance away from where he was previously aiming for, which is world titles, but if he can get himself back in the mix, get a fight with Sam Sexton maybe, who was previously beaten to win that British title earlier in his career, the current British champion, David Allen, somebody like that, that would be more than acceptable for him to get himself back towards where he still feels that he can be. Tyson Fury is, of course, another one that's rumoured. Price putting it out on social media almost straight away when we saw Fury back in the gym that would be an easy fight to make. And why not do it?
It's a positive start here for Price with his jab.
Keeping those hands moving. Sokolowski not taking any chances here. He doesn't really want to open up and give Price any kind of a target.
Sokolowski's looking for that right hand over the top, keeps swinging it.
Price yet to really land that right hand. Just as I say that, he threw it.
Commentator's curse.
Sokolowski, though, was taking the feet back, so I think he managed to ride it fairly effectively.
Price is not totally relaxed yet. I think they're taking him around or a round and a half to get into it.
Bell goes to the end of the first round. First round back for David Price. Whilst he's been having his troubles, Price too, who have been looking at the explosion of British boxing on the heavyweight scene due to the likes of Anthony Joshua, but Dylan White in the reckoning as well, and of course fellow Liverpudlian Tony Bellew stepped up onto that stage, and Fury against Bellew is a fight that people are talking about in very kind of real terms, and he wants to get himself back up to a level really where he's relevant again. I think that's what it's about, because he still feels that the desire is still there. It has to be, or he wouldn't be here, would he? It's as simple as that.
Listen, David Price has always got a chance. If he hits any heavyweight, he knocks him cold.
Derry Matthews a bit slow getting out of the ring there. And all of a sudden found David Price backing up towards him, which is not where you want to be. Left to the body there from Sokolowski. Looking to come forward a bit more at the start of the second round.
I don't like the way Price is going back in straight lines. Take one step back and then move.
Well, the problem that people thought that David Price was going to have for the rest of his career after the Thompson defeat and then again after the Hammer defeat was that fighters would look at him and they would think, all I've got to do is stay on my feet for 4 or 5 rounds and he will run out of gas.
Yeah. I think he's taking his time a little bit more now, David, instead of like trying to load up with every shot.
This is just a 6-round fight, of course, but Sokolowski will be aware of what has happened to Price. Of course he will. He will know that the confidence is fragile.
I was just about to say the confidence is coming from their corner as well, the screaming and shouting. I'd like to see Price doing a little bit more here.
I'd like to see him jab with some real intent, with some real authority. That's a better looking jab from Price, as he was just moving onto the back foot almost.
It's better now, getting the control again, that jab going.
Looking for that right hand, just pulling that right hand slightly, it's not going straight down the middle. That was a little bit better. He was taken on the glove though from Sokolowski. Just seems to be warming into it a bit now, Price. That was a more solid looking lead left hand. And Sokolowski just looks to back him up towards the ropes, and this is the kind of area where Price begins to look a little bit vulnerable, shall we say. Just a little bit panicky almost. Solid looking right hand there from Price.
Sokolowski's definitely got a game plan.
Stiff looking right hand there from Price, but Sokolowski took it and then tries to get onto the inside himself. Well, the referee's having a word with Sokolowski here. I'm really not sure what about. I don't see. Well, he's having a word with both of them.
I think it's punching around the back of the head.
Well, bell goes at the end of the second round. And it's an interesting fight, this. Sokolowski, as you say, he fancies this and has outlined every fighter will fancy it against David Price. They will feel that he is vulnerable. But he was warming into that round, I felt, jabbing with a bit more power, looking for that right hand. And when we watch him now as well, of course, it's always possible that we're going to read too much into every single little moment where he looks uncertain.
Yeah, he's coming off a long layoff, a lot of problems, and obviously a bad loss. So, you know, hopefully he'll warm more into this round now as we go on.
Derry Matthews in the corner. Just giving a little bit of advice there with Georgie Vaughan. Got his own gym. Derry Matthews has had for quite a while actually. It's been a big success too. Gets lots of people through the doors.
And he's got a new hairdo, look. He's got a bit of hair now.
He has, yeah. It does look really different actually.
I see Price pushing him on the back foot now a little bit.
And that's what needs to happen here, because we know about the problems, we know about the layoff, we know about the uncertainty, the demons, if you like, although it's something that annoys him. He says that people keep talking about him having mental issues regarding performing in the ring and stamina. But against a fighter like this, Sokolowski, 4 wins, 11 defeats and 2 draws.
I'd like to see him push that jab through instead of pouring it. He's pouring it too much.
That was exactly my point from the previous round, really. I think that he's not stepping into it. He's not really putting his weight into it. Sokolowski's corner just telling him to move his head on the way in, avoid that jab. Looking for the right hand. Again there, Price just stepping in and putting a bit more behind that, but then Sokolowski looks to try and get to Price, and that's when he looks, as I said before, just a little bit panicked at times. The referee's having a word with Sokolowski again. Will he come over and have another word with Price? I don't really see all that much wrong going on in there, to be honest. Good body work there from Sokolowski, but Price managing to cover up and then just leans on and grabs hold.
Bit better defence there from Price, hands nice and iron, a little bit of body movement.
Right hand was heavier that time, but again the glove was up there from Sokolowski. Looking to bring the right hand up the middle into the torso there, Price, but Sokolowski again launches in with a left of his own. A little bit of marking up just underneath the right eye there of Price, around the cheekbone. And the Sokolowski corner are just telling him continually not to leave Price alone. Step on him, chase him is what they want him to do.
Price is backing him up, but he's not throwing nothing.
The final few seconds, around 3, there goes the bell. Halfway stage of this one, it's scheduled for 6. David Price in the black and grey. Kamil Sokolowski from Poland originally, now boxing out of Barnstable in the red and white. The corner there for Price, and also in the red corner, and the advice in the red corner is every bit as animated, because they've come here to try and win this fight tonight and they feel that they are right in this. And to be honest, after watching those opening 3 rounds, they are still in it, because Sokolowski has come forward, he's got some punches away, he's landed some, not particularly clean, but nor has Price, but he's looked to get onto the front foot, and he's obviously has come here to show some ambition and to try and win this fight.
He's got to stamp his authority now, David, instead of backing himself up onto the ropes. He's going square onto the ropes and getting caught with that right hand over the top. But he's got to, you know, he's getting marked up terrible as well. And he's hardly took a shot. The left eye's coming up now as well.
Sokolowski with a nice right hand on the inside there. And the Sokolowski corner are complaining to Chaz Coakley that Price is the one leaning on and doing the holding. There's a little bit of a mouse coming up underneath the left eye of Sokolowski as well, as he just was square onto us there, just a few feet away. Bit of swelling coming up quite rapidly actually.
It's frustrating because we know what David Price can do, you know, I just want him to let it go. It's a better jab, nice and sharp.
There's that jab again from Price, a little bit shorter this time. Leading with the left hand, they're looking for the body, Price, and again looking for the left of the body. That's a decent looking shot, got some good purchase on that.
Nice to come out with the right hand over the top after that.
Sokolowski just looking to club with that right hand, delivered from a wide really. He's just coming off the punch as he moved to his left. Good uppercut on the inside there from Price. Sokolowski's not looked hurt though by anything that's landed. Good jab from Price. Looked to shorten up the right hand a bit as Sokolowski just moved in. Price just leaning on top of Sokolowski there as the pole just dipped ahead and came onto his shoulder. And he's beginning to blow a bit here, Sokolowski, I think, of the two as we get towards the end of the fourth round. It's Price who's looking the more fresh, and he's had a good finish to the round here. That was a good fourth round for him.
Best bit he's had in the whole fight.
So 2 to go, the schedule for 6, and they're just getting the end swell out in the corner there, the Price corner, just trying to bring a bit of swelling down on that left cheekbone. They should be doing the same really in the Sokolowski corner. They're just using the thumbs, so I'm not sure if they has got the end swell in there. Can be forgotten sometimes.
I'd like to see a nice positive last 2 rounds out of David Price now and really turn it on here.
So into the 5th. Hooking off the jab there, Price. Put in with the right hand as he came in there, Sokolowski. Short right hand there from Price, just bounced off the side of his head.
It's a better jab from Price. That's better, more relaxed.
Much better, double jab. And then using that jab again. You just want to see him pump that out all the time, don't you? Relentlessly, just keep throwing it. That short chopping right hand, he's found a home for that every now and again in the last round or so.
That's better. Let's get a bit more fluent with jab again now, Price. Better jab.
Well, he just puts that little bit more snap on it. It makes such a big difference when he's just popping it out rather than pushing it with all that weight behind it. Left hand there from Sokolowski was a decent shot, and the corner just crying at him that Price was gone there. I don't think he was. And that eye's a bit of a mess, that left eye of Sokolowski as we head towards the closing stages of round 5. A heavy right hand there from Price, who's every now and again just digging his toes in and really letting them go. Letting the punches go, that is.
It's a better round for Price here. Got the jab moving more fluent.
He's got better as the fight's progressed. Good right hand, just knocks Sokolowski back into the ropes. Used the ropes well there though. There's that right hand. He's caught Sokolowski with that a couple of times on the way in, but it hasn't really discouraged him from coming forward. He's not really hurt Sokolowski at any stage. There's some facial damage, but Price has picked up that also. So 5th round comes to a conclusion. Just 1 to go here.
Bit of a better round there for Price. Seems like he's relaxing a bit more.
But he's realistic, David Price. He knows that what he's looking to do is try and get back towards British level. A level that he's conquered before, but a good while ago now. He knows that that's where he is. There are no delusions of grandeur with him. He's a very kind of switched on, intelligent athlete. This is a first step back after another damaging defeat, but he'll need to get back out again in 2018 as soon as he can.
Yeah, most definitely. I think bringing back maybe with an 8, well, maybe a 10 rounder next.
Sixth and final round, touch of gloves between the two. Sokolowski just coming forward, the heads kind of rubbing together there.
I'd like to see David move his feet more instead of just going backwards and holding. That's better, you move his feet and jab.
Just turning the hand over on that right hand as he came down with it, Price there. Just stamping with the front foot there, Sokolowski, seeing if he can draw some kind of a lead from Price. Price does oblige with the jab. Just walking forward with those hands up, Sokolowski. To say that left eye's not going to be too pretty in the morning, but other than that, really, he's not looked hurt. Price has not really managed to move him, and again he just comes marching forward here, square on, looking to try and get inside the jab, get on the inside and let his hands go. There's that jab just flung up from the waist. That's where he can get some good power with it. There's that right hand, and he just made Sokolowski take a kind of stagger step to his right hand side. He had that left glove up.
I think if David threw it with more conviction, I think he'd get Sokolowski out of there, but he's not throwing it with enough conviction.
I think that's a key word, isn't it? Yeah. About tonight's fight, is conviction.
That's a shot, it's done him, right hand. His legs went there, Sokolowski's legs went.
Price is taking a little breather on the ropes. So a good bit of work there from Price. Right hand just chopping down from Price, looking for the jab. That clubbing right hand again, the uppercut on the inside as Sokolowski comes forward. Looking for the uppercut again there.
Nice little uppercut. Right, we've seen that earlier.
Just going to say exactly that. As he's come forward, Sokolowski, that would have been a good shot to look for maybe, and Price has landed on it towards the end of the sixth round. Last few seconds. Sokolowski still coming forward. Nice 1-2 there from Price.
That's better with Price's feet. Look, when he uses his feet, he's much better.
Well, the bell goes at the end of the sixth round. Sokolowski raises his arms. He feels like he's done enough there. David Price will feel exactly the same thing. And it's that word you mentioned towards the end of the round there, Pete, conviction, and there just wasn't enough of it during the course of that sixth round. You look at Sokolowski, we know that this is a first fight back, and we know that the issues that David Price has had, but you look at Sokolowski's record, and he has to deal with him, that kind of opponent, in a more confident, more authoritative manner, really.
I mean, even the way he's walking around the ring now, you know, his confidence. I mean, David Price 4 years ago, Sokolowski wouldn't have even been in the ring. He'd have gone 1 or 2 rounds of him if he's lucky.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after 6 hardcore rounds of boxing, yeah, why not? Come on, give a round of applause. Come on, then. You started it, you might as well finish it. After 6 rounds of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, the contest has been scored 60-54. Your winner in the blue corner, David Price!
Well, David Price gets a win, 60 points to 54, 6 rounds to 0 on the referee scorecard, and there was some